This is Jack Eichel. You're listening to Missin Curfew.
Fella,
My man.
wow, this is like the what is it? August? Yeah, this is about the time where we would go out for our first game of the summer. About August 1st, right?
Yeah, this is a little less stinky in here.
This is where you just kind of go out though, and you just kind of ease into her, right? You're like, Uppy, throw me a pass. Let's not do anything too crazy.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah. It's great to be in here with you. I got to be honest with you. I've missed being in here with you just for the laughter and the banter and the stupidity that comes out of it when me and you are together. But it's been nice too. It's been nice to have a little time away from.
Yeah, do
from
you feel like we got to sweat things out here a little bit? Like,
well,
not do too much, but make sure you get a good sweat.
I'm already sweating. I don't know if Hall turned off the AC on the boys, but I'm already sweating a bit.
Speaking of sweating, great job, Hall Pass.
Yeah.
And the staff here with getting things together for the boys.
Yeah,
Actually, last minute. They've been working hard.
Yeah, Maxie's a team guy. They were just obviously crushed it at Summer League, which, Max, great job. I mean, the first week in the Summer League. What's the big boy's name? Wembley?
Victor Wembanyama.
Wembley. I was close. Wembley.
Wimbledon. I was way off.
Man, the press that Summer League was getting was, I mean, anytime I turned on ESPN or anything on social media, and then obviously that Britney Spears thing happened where she took a swing at him or something that fucking...
No,
catch.
she got swung at by the guy's bodyguard, right?
So she said.
Yeah, the bounce, like Wembanyama's bouncer, security guy said don't touch him or something, and his arm came across and hit her. I don't know.
This is Britney Spears.
Brittany's like, I want to do more than touch him.
Hey, Max, how many
Pull the hips down.
how many social hits did you guys have over the course?
I haven't even got back and done.
A few hundred mil?
Yeah.
Couple hundred mil.
Millions. I know the NBA had like their biggest summer league ever in terms of social hits.
Yeah.
Like our missing curfew calls.
Yeah, it was
Really,
curfew calls.
I don't know if they're for the best reason.
No, but Max, that makes sense to me because obviously, we love A-Hall, our boy here. Maxie's our boy here. Hall Pass Media is part of our team and like big part of our team. But man, that first weekend, I'll be everywhere. It was Summer League. And then they had the fucking what's it called? The Sphere. The Sphere had the Summer League logo on it, didn't it?
Yeah,
We got to get Missin
that's
Curfew
our
on.
boy A Hall
I know.
making things happen.
By the way, that the graphics on the basketball alone, you could see like the little dimples on all of them. Right?
It's crazy.
It's crazy. And Summer League right across it. How about they did a full Strokes album, like start to finish on that thing, played it like out loud live just over and over. Did you see that, Max, while you guys were there?
We were in that gym the entire time.
Oh,
No. So they played on the outside of the, is it called the Sphere? Am I saying it?
Yeah, the Sphere.
Yeah.
They played like a Strokes concert outside of it.
On it. The whole way through it. Loops was, we were over in Europe. He's like, can you see this? Like, check this out. And it was their new album, but actually probably not new album. I don't know. You're quoting me on something stupid, but yeah, they just played it over and over and over. And the options for this thing are endless.
Yeah.
Like over F1, there's going to be, Hublow's going to just take it over and do a full watch on it for, 40 million. We'll take it for like a day and do whatever. It's genius.
It's genius. I mean, F1 is going to be such a shit show. I was just in there. Shout out to Tom Riley, our boy Billy Quinn, which we're going to get into, and Rich Howell. We went to Crawford Spence Jr., Roby Updog, right down the pipe. The city was absolutely buzzing. But what I thought about was F1. When they closed that strip down for that race, man, what is like, it's going to be chaos. Like, how are you going to get around that?
It's been closed now for them to lay all the pavement and stuff, right? It's been crazy. Last time I was in Vegas, which was
Stanley Cup
for the finals, you could not go down to the center, right? You could not go down the Broadway. They had it all.
Vegas Boulevard is just shut down.
It's shut
One
down.
lane.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. That one lane shut down. It took me forever. I went out with you for...
I was going underground anyway.
Hey, I was going out for a nice dinner with you, right, at the Cannery.
Yeah.
Oops was there. When were you like, come on, Obes, let's go for a couple. And a couple turned in. The next thing I know, I'm on a JSX flight to Vegas, just sweating, hungover. I'm like, how'd this happen, man?
I actually had quite the hangover
happen?
myself the next day.
So I got there, and the traffic, like you said, the middle of Las Vegas Boulevard shut down. We got one lane. I'm like, oh, man, this is...
Yeah. I guess they got to lay a special pavement down for these guys to race.
My Uber driver was telling me it's the fencing on the side to protect pedestrians. So they have to build these walls on the side of Vegas Boulevard so the cars don't, go over and take hundreds of people out.
Yeah.
Imagine just one sailed over and I'd stop. I felt like I got hit by a car then when I woke up there the next morning.
So how was Vegas though overall? Like, I mean, have you ever been to a fight that close, that great, crazy? That was a world-class event.
Listen, Tom Riley, this guy, he spoiled me twice now. I had the same, I had better seats for this one. Me and Flowers went to Garcia Davis with Riley and Beauty Alert and a couple of their friends. And I was in the 4th row, kind of on the corner, where this one was 2nd row, B, right down the pipe. Like, I felt like I was in Spence Jr.'s corner. Like, we come back, he was just getting the shit. Jerry Jones and his whole crew was sitting in front of us. I'm like, hey, Jerry, Billy Quinn here. He's your neighbor at Highland Park. He's just like, old Jerry's.
He still got it together.
Looks good.
He still thinks the Cowboys are good too.
Right? He just sat down. He's like, how about these seats here? These are good seats. I'm like, yeah, they're not bad, Jerry. You're in row A, right down the pipe. But
yeah, there's not many people sitting in front of you there.
No.
Right?
Just the ref.
He's just the ref. Yeah.
I'm like, hey, ref, get out of the way. You're blocking my view. DraftKings all over the ring, down the pipe, all over the ropes. So I did a little social post for Missin Curfew DraftKings.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, well done.
You know, I think they should bring us in there to shoot content for that type of stuff. But hey, that's just me.
I mean, we're shooting content.
I know, but we're there. We can get even more content for them.
You don't want to be working when you go there. You want to be sitting fucking courtside and doing your thing.
Yeah. But we could have done a little work before.
Yeah, totally.
I got in there before the fight and did some stuff for them and maybe picked the bed and, you know.
Could we have drank as much before the show as you probably did, or no?
Well, no, if we would have had to go in there working on Saturday, we probably wouldn't have had dinner on Friday. I went out and had dinner with you because I hadn't seen you.
Oh, we had our special guest in town. We had Ryan Getzloff, special meet and greet.
How do you think he took my joke? Listen, I came in with a pretty good little buzz from Friday Golf. Shout out to Joe Mooney for taking me to Newport Beach. I saw Getzlaff and I said, hey, I didn't know management was going to be at dinner here.
Yeah.
He kind of took it. I don't know if he loved it.
He's going to have to accept it now. He's on the other side. I mean, he gave the media a go for, a month. He did the Trade Center.
Well, listen, he came on Missin Curfew.
Yeah, he was starting to.
He got a curfew bump. He's on Trade Center, like you said.
Now
I was great to see Getsy. That's a legit job he's got. He's gonna get to know a lot of their prospects, obviously, and keep himself within the game on a serious note. I thought maybe he should have been, sitting up in the GM.
Yeah, and he will. The turnover's happening.
Yeah.
Whether these old guys like it or not. Whether the old boys club likes it or not, the young kids are coming.
Hey, listen, if Danny Heatley can get a job, all right, didn't Heater get a job with the Flyers?
I don't know. He's trying to sell T-shirts. We're not. Oh, he did bring in Heater, didn't they? Danny Briere brought in Heater.
Yeah, and I love Jonesy, and I love, I don't know DP like you, but I love Keith Jones, and I think Torch is the right man for the job, and they're headed in the right direction there. And if I was in that position, I joke about Danny Heatley, but I would bring in guys that played as long as Heater, that are good guys, that are team guys. That's who I would have in my organization.
Totally.
Too.
What's he doing for the Flyers now, by the way?
Probably making sure the beer's on ice.
Yeah, I would. Is he getting on that cold tub? He's probably crushing Monster Energies and jumping in that cold plunge for the boys. We're saying, listen, you guys want to do it like the Heater, score 50 and 05?
I wish, and we're going to get to some Uppy World stuff here in a bit, but I wish I would have done the cold tub as much as Heater. I remember when he came to San Antonio, he was in it every morning, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. And I'm like, and now, any chance I get to jump in a cold tub, I fucking head first. It's good. It's so good. What's it called? I heard Joe Rogan talking about it. Your morphins or what's it do to you? Endorphins.
It just provide. You have this fight or flight in your body. It produces stem cell. It produces like growth hormone. Your body has these natural reactions to that fight of cold water.
Yeah,
that's good. It's like it's an adrenaline rush that helps. It keeps you young.
Yeah, when he talks about it, it's kind of the same feeling I get when I swim. When I come out there, because Joe Rogan said when I jump in, he stays in there for 3 minutes. How long do you stay in there?
I mean, it's a grind. It's been going up. So we're going to talk about this, but the sauna plunge. If I get out of a sauna and I go in this plunge now, I usually 5 minutes minimum.
You're in there for 5 straight.
5 straight. Yeah. But you're coming out of a sauna where your body's at one extreme.
How's the flow coming out?
Oh, the tip hurt bad. Seriously, like yesterday,
I'm going to be walking in the locker room.
No.
5 minute cold tubs.
No, it actually, I can't lie. It stayed pretty strong, but it was just fucking cold, man. It didn't shrivel up quite,
You're telling me after, because listen, there was still some flow after 5 minutes of it.
Yes.
Wow.
But I gotta say that
you are chock full of Seattle.
Get ready for Ireland, but no, seriously, it's a good pain.
Yeah,
it's one that you love. What you just said, like it gives you everything you need.
Yeah,
because it's a battle that we don't have anymore. We don't get to go and fucking feel that fight, and that's what it does. It gives you that fight.
And let's be honest, obviously, it snaps you out of a hangover. Which I needed a few times throughout my playing career. Definitely near the end, those Finnish guys were onto something. I should have known. But real quick, we want to give some love to our boy Binger. Binger's moved on from Hall
Can we
Pass.
put a song on for him or something? What kind of song? What kind of song does he want? Let's add a song to this one. Oh,
Some Grateful Dead or something.
Yeah,
we can still rip him for being a pothead.
yeah, the Cheech and Chong. What's that? That song that could be one for Binger.
No, but remember the one we did the walk-in? We did those TikTok things, the walk-in. Maybe we'll put that song for him. So a moment of silence with the song for Binger right here. And we're back.
We're back. Sorry, Binger. But yeah, good kid.
Yeah.
Obviously, we wish him best of luck with his new endeavors. I don't know what he's doing.
He worked for the LA Rams. He got a job. He started today.
Onward, yeah.
Started today, first day on the job. He probably showed up late because he's tired as fucking. He ran over a nail. But you know they'll give him a couple day break, and I'm sure he'll do great. What's he doing for them, by the way?
Studio work. So they have like
Nice.
the Rams studio shows, podcasts, and things like that. And
Max,
helping.
I mean, this is good for you, bud. You're leading these kids to the next phase of their lives.
no, we're all.
You learn it. They're learning how the best. Yeah.
When are you leaving? No. Shit. But soon we're going to be back there working the fucking thing, trying to. No, but I wanted to say thanks to Binger. He's a good kid. I loved ripping him on the podcast.
I know he's part of.
You know, I'd come in some days and he'd be sitting over there.
How many years did we get out of Binger? 2?
2 years.
2 years. 2 solid years with.
Yeah.
I mean, he battled the elements, especially the elements being the 405.
Fuck, he drove her every day.
He definitely did.
I was like, dude, why don't you just move down to like Huntington or like Seal Beach? Like,
He's just a Santa Monica thug.
yeah, like you could smoke as much pot in Seal Beach as you can in Santa Monica,
Totally.
right?
Oh, good for him. Hopefully, can he get some free tickets to the Rams games now? Or
They're going to stink anyways, aren't they?
I don't know. Is Stafford back, or
I think Staff's back.
he needs to have that shoulder?
But they got rid of Ramsey and Donald's back, though. I mean, NFL training camps are starting to open up.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I mean, summer's coming to an end when you see those boys getting ready to fucking rock.
NFL time of gambling's back on. Though.
I know. It's been a nice break from gambling, by the way. Like, to just not have to bet on hockey. I
Not have to pay Fat Saul.
Yeah. I've only bet golf. Since the season ended, I bet golf. Rory fucked me in the U.S. Open. I bet the Open Championship, and Brian Harmon absolutely stuck it right up my tailpipe. Are you kidding me with that guy? 58 of 59 putts inside 10 feet.
That is crazy.
And then I bet
What a swaggy. Waggle. He has to get the waggle.
2 lefties won on the same week in the first time, like maybe ever.
Who was that? Who's the other guy?
Some other guy won the old Barrett
Oh, he did.
Championship.
Oh.
It was, listen, I don't know Brian Harmon, but it was just an awful Open Championship, if I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know it was awful. The time zone really screwed me up.
I thought Rob was good. After shooting 63 on the Saturday, I thought, man, this guy's going to come out again. Although it was raining on the Sunday, I thought Rob was just going to blow right by him. But
Can these guys not wait till 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock to tee off over in Ireland and Scotland? Because
well,
I feel like
there's so many people in the field. So when the first 2 rounds, the field it's ridiculous. How
Is it?
Yeah. So that's why they tee off like.
they let all the Euros play. Too,
Yeah, the first
right.
tee time is like 11 p.m. Pacific time here. Like you can catch it,
Yeah.
Wednesday
I
morning.
just felt like it was. I mean, California time zone sucks.
Weren't you in Europe? Weren't you in Europe?
Yeah, I was, but I got back before the Open.
So you should have still been on European time almost. You should have been right in your wheel.
No, not with kids, man. I got right back into it. There was no like, him and Han when he got back from that.
No.
Plus, I had a little guilt trip, 9 days away from him.
It's okay. Guilt's a useless emotion. I've told you that.
Yeah.
Don't worry about guilt.
Yeah.
So thank you to Binger. Maxie, way to groom him, buddy. He should take you out for a nice dinner. But the curfew calls. Once again, Max, great job throughout the course of the season recording them. Princey's been killing on the social for us. I mean, maybe we should have went over these and realized what the fuck we were saying, though. Hey?
I kind of did. I kind of had, let's just say, podcast remorse,
Did you?
just leaving them going, wow,
So you knew.
really got out of hand there.
You knew. See, I had forgotten. I went full up show, and I didn't really realize what I said till I said it. Like there's been a 2-week stretch, Maxie, on social media where like there hasn't been a clip from Princey or a retweet from somebody else that hasn't involved me, either like regarding partying or girls back. I'm just like, holy moly.
Yeah.
But I think the fans have liked it, I guess is what I'm saying. And that's the most important thing.
Yeah. Right? There's little stories to tell, too, by the way. We could keep a couple in the bank, huh?
Yeah,
How many more do we have?
there's like 4 or 5 more. There's a lot of them.
Okay, good. We're
And
gonna
the
need it.
calls have been flooding in since we started releasing.
Oh, really?
Yes. Okay, good. Thank you. I didn't know that. That's what I was hoping would happen because they're so much fun to do.
Yeah.
Right. And like, we've been lucky with getting guests and we love having guests. We got a great one coming on today. That's why we're in here today. and because Max is a team guy and got the studio set up for us. But I love getting our listeners involved. That's what I've taken away from it. And I mean, the clips, like, not so much me. When I see myself talking, I think I sound like a donkey, but the clips of you, man, I'm like on my walk watching these social clips of you and I'm like just literally laughing out loud, or when I listen to the podcast at the start to see how our timing sounds or whatever. The stories have been epic.
Yeah, they're good. So, I mean, they're good calls.
Yeah, they're good calls.
You know, with a good call, there's a good story. So keep it up.
Yeah, so, yeah, keep the calls coming. Maxie, that's great news on that front. I just wanted to shout out to our boy, Matt Chapman. I was honored to throw out the first pitch with him about 2 weeks ago. Our boy Travis took me out for a nice dinner to his new restaurant/club, plays his National League. I wish I remember the name.
I know. It's okay.
It's so NHL. Then back to his pad that is
beyond National League. Yeah.
So let's say I got home at 6 a.m. So I was meeting Cooley and the boys at noon for lunch by the Sky Dome. So I got up, put my Chapman jersey on, showered up or whatever. Well, showered up, then put the jersey on, went to lunch, had a couple beers at lunch. I'm like, all right, it's time to go. So I get there. I'm like, Chappie, I'm on my way over now. He's like, you're going to meet the girl there, whatever. So I meet the girl. She's like, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Sweet girl. She's like, what do you want? I go, my only request is I got to warm up a bit. Like, she's like, well, first of all, you can't go to the mound. I said, listen, I've been taking some heat from my buddies and my golf buddies. Like, I think I got to go to the mound. Like, I think I got to go to the mound.
Yeah, yeah.
And she goes, if you go to the mound, you're going to get me in trouble.
Oh, wow.
And I said, well, I don't want to get you in trouble, but
I'm going.
I go, let me see how I feel. So now I'm trying to warm up. So we get in there. She's like, stand here. Long story short, I'm not warming up. I text Chappie. I'm like, fella, bring your glove out here and let's throw a couple. Or can I come down underneath and see you?
Yeah, totally.
And he's like, Obes, I'm trying to get loose. I'm trying to warm up here. I got
to loosen the pegs.
Yeah, I'm
big game.
Trying to get my body going, but I'll come out and see you. So, okay, I can't expect Chappie to, he's getting ready for a Major League Baseball game here. So she goes, the mascot's going to come over. Old Ace is going to come over. I said, Ace is coming over, is he? All right. So over Ace comes, no glove. I go, where's your glove, Ace? He's like, just throw it here. So I throw one at him, hits his fucking head. It hits the screen. I'm like, holy shit. So basically I threw 3 warm-up pitches.
Yeah.
Chappie comes out, unbelievable guy, signed some autographs. Graham Pierce, our boy from Big Canyon, of all the time, was there at the game with his kids, met Chappie. So then Chappie comes out, I throw 2 more to Chappie pretty hard. Like, and the arm kind of goes like, yeah, and then I'm like, okay. So I go to her, hey, listen, you don't have to worry about me going to the mountain, because after that, the last throw there, something popped. I was like, oh boy, okay. So I go, now I'm at the front of the mountain, and I'm looking at him up, dog, and I almost went like fucking move up a bit, Chappie, but I didn't, and I let it go up, so I was like, get up.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as I let it go, and it just barely got.
Yeah, no, it was great. It broke the internet, by the way.
Did it break?
Fucking right. So you
nuts?
It was everywhere.
Was it?
It was awesome. There's a lot of talk on the shorts.
Yeah, listen, that's another thing I wanted to talk to you about. You're my guy. I got to talk to you. So I love the shirt that Chappie designed. Love the shirt. Chappie, great style. However, I had those shorts to match my baby blue Chapman jersey, right? So she goes, hey, you got to wear the shirt. I said, listen, I love Chappie. I think the shirt's great. It doesn't match my shorts. I want to wear.
So this backstory.
Yeah, I want to wear my baby blue Chapman shirt.
Answer a lot of questions online.
That matches my shorts. And she said, well, you have to wear the Chapman shirt. And I said, well.
So you're not allowing me to the mound.
A lot of rules coming in.
Yeah.
Back in Canada, rules coming at you.
Am I allowed to drink?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was drunk already.
So then I text Steve Cooley and my producer Bruce and Harry Zolarchuk, who I prayed with. I text those boys. I said, boys, they're not letting me do anything down here. Someone bring me a beer. So down they came. They gave me a beer. I fucking chugged it. But
nice.
Listen, I wanted to wear my Chapman shirt because it matched my shorts. Like, is that a little bit of a soft play? But that's how I felt deep down. But I'm not a Chappie shirt on.
I mean, I want you to stand up now because you'll see how good the shirt matches the shorts. Like, this is a full thing. You do have style. You know what looks good.
Well,
You're a Chappie guy. How many Chappie jerseys do you have now?
I got 2 Chappie jerseys.
See?
And the nice touch was I got an official O'Brien 55 Blue Jays jersey they made for me.
Fucking right.
But I wanted to wear the baby blue Chappie out there.
It's okay. You have another time to do it.
I definitely was colorful out there, right? With the shirt on top.
Yeah, there's a lot of crisscrosses there. Yeah,
a lot of crisscrosses,
a lot of pattern,
a lot of patterns. But listen, I wanted to say this too. A lot of Missin Curfew fans there. A lot of where's the up dog? I said he's in Spain right now. If I had to guess, he's probably pissing in the ocean. If I had to guess, but he's over there. Everywhere I went, Missin Curfew. I went out to right field, got drunk with this one guy. Comes up to me. He's got a Blue Jays shirt on. Undoes the Blue Jays shirt, opens it up, fell off right across the right across the thing. So it was, a lot of love for Missin Curfew. So Up Dog, I wish you would have been there. Maybe we'll do it again next time. But yeah, a lot of rules. There's a lot of rules.
Yeah, I get it. Can't be letting everyone go full Up Dog out there.
Last but not least, before we get into Uppy's World, Ireland, we're leaving Thursday. What can we say about Billy Quinn? I'm turning 40 August 9th. You're the 7th or 8th of October?
7th.
Loops is the 23rd of September.
That's right.
So this is our 40th, we're going over. Billy's playing 10 days of golf.
A little bit of drinking.
There's going to be a lot of
stogies.
There's going to be a lot of Irish.
A lot of bogeys.
Wait until this Irish whiskey you have over there. You are going to, you're going to love it.
Yeah, no.
Billy knows all the best ones. You're going to love it.
I've been to Dublin. So I've been to Dublin. I had a little piss up there by myself. I'm looking forward to get over there with you guys, though.
Yeah. Well, it's not hard to get drunk in Dublin.
Yeah, I know. A lot of walking. I don't know if my body's ready for this right now, by the way. I mean, I'm trying to prep for this, but what's the...
But listen, this is what... And this is why...
My liver
is... You going to walk the courses?
Oh, yeah, a lot of walking. A lot of walking. Not carrying your bag, though. You get the cat.
Oh, but think about the morning. You're going to be able to get up, right? You're going to go. You're going to have a nice little steam, little hot tub steam, whatever they got there. You're going to go in the gym. You're going to roll out. You're going to stretch. You're going to activate. You're going to ride the bike a little bit.
I might come back in better shape than I'm going there.
Then we're going to have a nice little brunch. And then we're going to go. I think you're going to feel better than you are because we're not playing early. That's what I'm telling myself. Because, listen, I just did a 4-day member guest in Flagstaff where I told you I thought there was a chance I was going to die waiting for my connector in fucking Phoenix. I literally was sweating. I'm like, this could be it. This could be it.
Really?
Should I call my parents and text the boys or whatever? This could be it. So that's what I'm telling myself, Ups, because it's 10 days of golf. It's going to be a lot.
Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be great. Looking forward to it. And I've packed accordingly.
Yeah, no,
got it all.
Your list,
a lot of gifts.
Spreadsheet that was an unbelievable.
No, it was given to me. Well, there's a lot of things you can clip off there that you wouldn't normally take.
There was a couple things I would have liked to add into that list. There was a couple things that I thought,
see, it's there, Phil.
But it wasn't golf related stuff.
Yeah,
I text Loops last night. He's forgetting a couple things that I would have thought he'd never leave off that list. But it's going to be unbelievable. Looking forward to it. So thanks to Billy Quinn. Uppy's World, party time. Excellent.
Where do we begin?
Yeah. That was Spain.
Spain was great. Yeah. So we did it. We flew over, Joff and I and our girls. We went to San Sebastian. Beautiful spot in the northeastern part of Spain, kind of kitty corner, borders to France. Beautiful part of the world. Not too many beautiful people there. No, not in this part. But the food and the drinking and the beach was great. This place was this badass little city with all these Michelin star restaurants. You walk around, it's kind of it has this old town feel to it. You feel like you're back in the fucking, 1700s. It's called San Sebastian, Spain. And there's a lot of nudity on the beach, but not perfect.
You see some hairy bushes?
Nah, not that full nude. You just get the tits. Yeah, which is fine.
And the old boy with his little hammer hanging.
No hammers. You didn't see any.
I saw that in Italy a couple times where you're just
Really? Just
no speed or nothing? Sicily, there was one beach or something. We put on our boat and there was, people just older people buck naked.
Nice.
Now there was.
I saw that on a couple boats. But
there was this one girl in Positano. Sorry to cut off Uppy's World.
Yeah.
But she was topless at the pool in Positano, Amalfi Coast, and she was hot. And I was try to be respectful, but
don't be driving the boat and checking that.
No,
drive that thing right into the cliff.
We were at the pool. We were at the pool, and she was topless, right? And I'm trying not to be like that guy, but at the same time, she was looking very nice.
Yeah.
So I was always checking what's
tan wife.
What's the bathroom a few times. Hey, I got to pee again.
So anyway, that started off the trip. It was beautiful. That beach is no joke there. That's about 1.5 kilometers. It's a perfect little symmetrical, and that cove has an island on the middle of it, Obie, all these cool little boats. No nightlife. I mean, we went out one night and we were in this fucking bar that was on the beach with mutants. It was nuts. I'm like, holy shit, where are these people from? We met these two guys from
you thought
northern England. Yeah. They wanted to do just these shots of tequila with us. And there's these three guys. They were beauties.
Yeah.
And it was like they were at Rothschild's here in Newport Beach. It's getting completely sloshed. That was day 1, day 2, we did that. Then we flew to Mallorca. We were there 4 days. Tommy and Stacy came in from Newport. We hung there. We played padel We had a boat one day. We did a couple day parties. Majorca is a beautiful place. Little big, little like, yeah, it's stretched out a little bit. It's not like everything's happening in one place, right? So it's tough. Got to kind of know where you're going, kind of have a plan. Yeah. We did 3 days there, and then we did Ibiza for 2 days.
You did go to Ibiza?
Well, hell yeah, we did.
Wow,
I mean, it's great. Loop stayed at the Ibiza Grand, which is the best hotel there.
That's what K-Wash used to say. Right?
It's got a Cipriani's in there. It's got a Zuma. So we had dinner at both those places each night. Went and seen that Solomon DJ for like a sunset set. It was epic. And then
what time were you taking her till? Like, what time did you shut her down in Ibiza?
Like, no, we like 3:30. Oh wow. Yeah. We didn't go complete Buck Diddy. We actually didn't go complete Buck Diddy to like 8 a.m. any night.
I find that hard to believe.
Yeah. No, we kept it under wraps. Yeah, you know. I mean, 8 a.m. or on vacation. It was a better vacation than that. Just because
it bundles you.
Totally.
Ruins your whole.
Especially when you only have 7 or 8 days. You're like, you got to kind of plan accordingly. It's not like you just, you can sleep in. We did sleep in a little.
Yeah.
And then we basically piggybacked Ibiza right to San Tropez.
I saw that. So I missed Ibiza. You guys did do a lot of posting from Ibiza.
Not really. A couple photos, but nothing crazy.
I saw the San Tropez.
Right into San Tropez. We landed in Nice. We jumped on a helicopter because time was of the essence.
Yeah.
Helicopter right in. I just basically put on the one piece. I put on the one piece and went right to Rufus to get the table, which was at this Shalona.
Yeah, did you have the one piece jump around again?
Yeah.
The white one? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was a different one. It was new. It's actually from Zara. It's a badass outfit.
That's some good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. For like $30 for the shorts, 40 for the tee.
Picture.
That's the one.
I saw him.
It's like the Shea.
Luke sent me a picture of you. You're fucking on top of a cable, man. I'm like, look at this fucking guy.
It was epic.
Yeah.
I met this pro tennis player guy. He was a beauty, and his wife and all their friends were hanging out. And that's the table I was on. And Christine was there. We were just dancing. I was doing my thing. Yeah. Anyway, Rufus killed it. And then we go. So now I basically haven't taken a break since Ibiza. I go boom, 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 and then we go to dinner. And then I end up at this Le Cave. And for anyone that's been to Saint Tropez, Le Cave is like the club there. There's only one, and it's that one at night. And this fucking DJ was killing it. I guess he owns the bar, and he was just like, "Welcome to Saint Tropez," and it was just all this. The lights were crazy, and then I just blacked out, and I crawled home. I mean, Christina never seen me so drunk. Like, she's like, "What is wrong with you?" I'm like, I laid it all out there.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Babe, help me.
Put me in bed, and then you can go back out. I don't care. Just get me home.
Drunk at Gazer?
Yeah. Same.
Drunkest I've seen.
Same. So, but it was a beautiful time. We got back. I missed the kids so much by the time we got back. Anyone that's ever left their kids for more than like a week, you miss them. Come day 7 and 8, they start to look at you on FaceTime, and they're kind of like giving you the attitude, and you're like, oh God, I got to get home.
Yeah.
So anyways, it was an incredible trip. And then this week, just to speak, it's been Izzy's birthday week.
Happy birthday, Izzy.
Yeah. Happy birthday to my girl. She turns 3 tomorrow, which is Wednesday. And she's done Disneyland. She's done the Wild Rivers water park. She's going to trampoline park tomorrow. We threw a birthday party Sunday for her family and the kids. She's an incredible swimmer right now. She's crushing it. Like, swims across the length of the pool.
Which is important, by the way.
Yeah. She's just becoming a little badass. Went to a movie with her first movie ever, Elemental. It's a Pixar one. It's great. Yeah. Shed a tear. It was great.
No, it's important when they swim, because even my oldest nephew's Porter's a great swimmer. He'll be 6 August 7th. But Smith, we got to keep the life jacket on him. He's 3, but you can tell that he's comfortable around the water.
Yeah, it's good. You have to. It's the most it's the most dangerous and most important thing for young kids, for sure. So anyway, Uppy's World.
Uppy's World. Party time. Excellent. Ireland, here we come. Get this guy a beer. Sponsored by our good friends at Labatt. I wanted to give some love here. It obviously been a lot of off-season stuff. Chris McFarland, who was the GM of the Colorado Avalanche, who, well, you didn't even know.
Seth McFarland?
Yeah, you didn't even know till today. The only reason I knew was because last year during one of our Missin Curfews, I was like, Joe Sakic's going to make a move.
Yeah.
And somebody tweeted to me from Colorado, like, oh, he's not even the GM anymore. So Chris McFarland, I love these pickups. He goes out and get Ryan Johansson, secures their second line center position. Miles Wood, Ross Colton, and Chris Wagner, those are 3 guys that play the game, in my opinion, the right way.
Hell yeah.
Fucking Avalanche needed desperately. Like, they go out and get Jonathan Drouin, who's going to come in and play this boy Nate, which I think is great. But if you could add it's just too bad Landy's out. Because if you look at this team, Updog, give me a second to pull it up.
I mean, you asked earlier, is there a chance he comes back?
Yeah.
I don't know in the regular season, but you got to expect they give him a look because he'll start skating at some point.
Yeah.
Now it's long-term, right? He's locked up long-term.
For sure.
If you have a chance to go chase another Stanley Cup and Landy is 85% ready to go, you're going to get him back in the lineup.
Yeah, I mean, just like if you had Landeskog right here, we go Landeskog, McKinnon, Rantanen, Letkinen, Johansson, Nuchishkin, who, Big Val, hopefully he's doing well. Now their third line, Miles Wood, Ross Colton, Logan O'Connor, Cogs, Ben Myers, no disrespect, I think, but you're going to get an upgrade there, and Chris Wagner. That, to me, is a team now that has balance, grit, can play the right way, is built for playoff hockey, and now they got Jonathan Duran up there with Nate. Hopefully he can rejuvenate him. It's just too bad that Landy's not in, because if Landy was playing, I might right now today on fucking August 1st maybe give you my pick. Because if Landeskog was on this team, I don't know if anyone's beating him.
Yeah.
But he's not.
They're deep.
I'm not, yeah.
And their D are good. Did they lose? Who did they lose on D? They lost
Eric
Johnson. Where'd he go?
He went to Buffalo.
He went to Buff. Buffalo should be good this year.
Buffalo's going to be entertaining.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to come down to this team we're talking about and our guest who we got coming right now, the Vegas Golden Knights, who did an unbelievable job. McCrimmon, great job. They re-signed Barbashev for 5 years.
Loved it. I knew they would.
Aiden Hill back. They got their 1 through 6 defensive back in Vegas. I mean, listen,
heads up.
Man. I mean, listen up, dog. You're going to be going to some playoff games again in Vegas, deep into the playoffs. I mean, they got Barbashev, Eichel, Marchessault, Howden, Stevenson, Stone, Cotter, Carlson, Amadio, and then their fourth line.
Yeah. I mean, that's how you keep it. It's like when the Blackhawks were doing their thing back in the day. You might lose maybe one guy, but you keep the core together.
They traded Riley Smith to Pittsburgh. No disrespect to Riley Smith.
Yeah, but this is what they have to do, right? This is what Chicago had to do every year. Yeah. There would be Buff one year. It'd be Andrew Ladd one year. It'd be like fucking Brian Campbell one year. Versteeg, unfortunately, you just have to, but you keep the guys there. Yeah, you keep the guys there that can go.
Yeah.
And there they are.
It'll be interesting to see. So I'm looking forward to catching up with Ike here. We haven't talked to him.
Yeah, let's
I've texted him since he's won, obviously, but this will be the first time I've had him on. So we got Jack Eichel coming at you right now, fella. Welcome back to Missin Curfew.
Reoccurring guest.
Friend of the podcast.
Yeah.
Good music guy.
Remember last year we were like, we got to give Ike's like a shot on the Curfew pod anytime he wants. So maybe get him once a month. Remember throwing that idea around?
Yeah, we wanted to be the Aaron Rodgers to our Pat McAfee is what we were thinking. Told us that's what we wanted. But Stanley Cup champ, our boy Jack Eichel. Ike, thanks, buddy, for taking the time. So proud of you, buddy. So happy for you. How you doing, fella?
I'm doing good. It's been a nice summer here, and it's a little different feeling this off season than most. It's been nice just being home the last month or so, and trying to relax a little bit. But it's been really good.
Yeah. Before we get into it, now I know you didn't give a fuck who won the Conn Smythe. You're happy for Marshy, but I do want to say when we went and saw Pearl Jam. When was that? Fucking what?
That was it was last Mother's Day because I almost missed Mother's Day.
Yeah. Ike says we were having a drink and I said, we were talking. I said, fuck, Ike, you know what? You just fucking go and win the Conn Smythe and win the cup this year, buddy. How's that sound, right? It was me, him, and Matt Chapman. I'm like, fuck, if you win this Conn Smythe, I called this too. I called Ike's win the Conn Smythe too. But Ike, I want to ask you, buddy. First of all, it was a treat watching you play, bro. Like, it was a treat watching you. We know personally how much you've been through and watching you play in the playoffs for the first time and all that fun stuff. But talk to me through Game 5, man. All right, you wake up, you're at home, you have time to close it out. I told this beauty on this very podcast, I can't even imagine. Like, I don't know how it would be. So, buddy to buddy, what's it like? What's it like when you wake up that day and you go to the bar? What were you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I think the finals itself just had a whole different feel than the rest of the playoffs. And the rest of the playoffs, obviously it's so important every game, but I was able to find some sort of like peace and like mentally I was in a good place. And like games, I wasn't too hyped up before games. I felt like I was in like a really good zone. And then you get to the finals and a lot of the guys that because we had a lot of guys in our team that had already played in the finals, right? And we had guys in our team that won, I think. We had something like 9 Stanley Cups on our team before this season. So, a lot of the guys were like, wait, like when you get to the finals, it's a whole different feel. And it was, because you're 4 wins away, and then, you win game 4 in Florida, and you're like, you got to go home, you have a day off, and then you got to, you have a practice day, and now all of a sudden we're playing, and it's game 5. And yeah, I mean, it was, I don't know. I don't really know how to describe the feeling. Like I wasn't I couldn't fall asleep at pregame nap. I would just lay there in bed. Like I remember coming downstairs before game 5, and my dad had been staying at the house, and it was just me and him there at the time. And I came down like pretty early from when I would normally do because I just couldn't sleep. He was kind of like looking at me, not saying anything, and I was just kind of pacing around the kitchen, like just doing laps. He was like, "Are you good?" I'm like, "No." Like, I'm like, exactly, like, why I'm not, and he was great. He didn't really say much. He wasn't like trying to put anything in my head. He was just, reiterating confidence with the team. And, like if you watch that game, the first shift we had was terrible. Like we were awful. And then I turned one over, and, Hilly, like I walked Lundell in on a breakaway, basically. Like I turn it over our blue line, he goes in on a breakaway, Hill makes a great save. And then Stoney kind of scored there, that shorthanded goal, and I think everyone kind of calmed down a little bit. We were able to get another one. I think Hager scored at the, in the first period. Like we were able to kind of settle into the game, but for the first 5 minutes, you're like, oh my God, like you just can't even play. It was tough. I mean, it's a really tough feeling knowing that thing's in the building and you have an opportunity to win it and at home.
Yeah, I listen. We got a taste of it last year in Colorado for game 5, where and I fucking put everything I had on the Avs, and like we get in there and I go, oh up dog, like this has a really kind of weird feeling. Yeah, no, the building and the whole city and everything. But I just want to parlay my question because I was just curious too, like, the nervous energy that you had, that's exactly how I pictured I would be too, and having your dad there is awesome. But like, what about from the aspect of, the stuff after the game? Are you dealing with that at all, like during the day, or are you just like, listen, when we win, we'll fucking figure it out? Like I just never knew what that was like either. What's that like, and how hard is it to kind of deal with that or not deal with that?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because we played game 5 against Dallas in the conference finals, and we were like, okay, like if we win tonight, because we felt like we were going to win game 5 against Dallas, and they played a great road game. Now we have to go back to game 6. But yeah, it was like before the game, some of the wives and girlfriends, they were saying like, oh, like, are we going to do this tonight? Are we going to do that? And I'm a big believer in like, don't get ahead of yourself ever. Like that stuff kind of bothers me. And people were, saying like, oh, like what can we do if we win tonight? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, let's just focus on winning, right? And then we lose. So, when we were playing Florida game 5, I'm like, listen, I don't want to hear a word about what's going to happen after the game until the game's over. Like, if we win, we just won the Stanley Cup. Like, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to go and do whatever we want.
Yeah. It'll take care of itself. Yeah.
Team has things, figured out in case of us closing it out, and they did, right? So it was like we didn't need to worry about that. You really just need to worry about taking care of business, and the guys did a great job of that. Nobody was getting ahead of ourselves. Like I said, we had a lot of veterans on the team, guys that had been there before, and they're really good in the locker room. They're able to calm everyone down, and but you don't want to be. I mean, it's in the back of your mind. Enough that it not be, but like no one's saying it, right? Like everyone's kind of. But it's funny because after we won, and everyone had their clothes into their car and shit.
Yeah. Oh, I'm talking about a full suitcase in the car.
I went out of my gear. No. I was going out of my gear.
Gear?
Yes. Why not?
Yeah. You still probably would have got laid. Yeah. All right. Hey, Ikesy, I got to ask you about between the second and third, because I joked this guy might not have came back out after the second and third. He would have just started the festivities. Was it kind of hard not to just like, was that the longest 20 minutes of your life? Was it short, or was it just like, like what was it like when you're like, all right, boys, let's just not do something stupid here?
Yeah, I mean, between the second and third, it was tough. I mean, kind of got in the room, and like the second period, we did it. We had as good of a stretch, as we had throughout the playoffs. We really hunkered down and kind of put the game out of reach, and it's 6-1 going into the third. So I think everyone kind of had, we knew what the writing was. It was, we were going to win, and we were going to blow a 6-1 lead, right? But, in the locker room, yeah, everyone's kind of sitting there looking around, and, there was some giggling, and there was some kind of jokes made, and then you kind of have to refocus. And like, for me, I was just kind of like sitting in my stall, not hyperventilating, but just like, holy, like, we got to go play 20 minutes here. Like, can they just run the time? Yeah. Like you're just thinking in your head, how quickly can this 20 minutes, how quickly can we get this over with, And, Florida, give them credit, they came out and scored a couple of goals. And, then all of a sudden, Bruce is like, let's not get it by her. We get a couple more goals. We put out of reach, obviously ended night, and we ended up with 9 goals. And, it's pretty cool. Somebody gets to score a hat trick in the third period. And, that was sort of, just icing on the cake for him. And I think the whole season, it was pretty cool. You're able to, we almost had like 2 celebrations. Stormy scores a hat trick, and, we're kind of celebrating on the bench, and then we regroup. And I don't know, I think maybe 6 more minutes we play, and, then we're obviously able to go celebrate again. But yeah, I mean, the third period was tough. You're just looking at the clock every 5 seconds, hoping it's it's running out.
Yeah. I would have paid money to have you in that dressing room.
Yeah, I would have been fired up.
I
want to ask you, just throughout the course of that playoffs, you were so great, your whole team, but you personally, you stayed so humble. All the interviews you did, all the times you guys would close out a series, it's on to the next one. To the point, even after you guys win, your interview, like you were so humble. How did you not manage to just lose it all and be like, to all the people out there over the course of my career, like, now I'm a Stanley Cup champ. I did it with these guys. No one expected it, but now here I am, Jack Eichel, Stanley Cup champ. You still stayed so humble. For the teammates that you have, they know how fierce of a competitor you are. We know it because we know you, but just what does that feel like, and how those emotions, you kept them all in check, but do you ever like sit back now and just go, wow, this weight off my shoulders next season, who knows? Is this just the beginning?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think you touched on a lot of it. It is, I think you're able to sit there and you think about all the people that doubted you and all the negativity and things that people else had to say about you. And, the thing is a lot of it came from places of, unknown. These people that were saying a lot of things, they didn't really know me as a person, and they sure as hell never played with me as a teammate. So, but you never want people to, be questioning your character and saying those things about you. But, yeah, and we had such a great team. We had such a great group of guys. The whole locker room, got along so well. And I'm really convinced that's, one of the biggest reasons, if not the biggest reason we won, is you get to that point where you care about the guy next to you more than yourself. And I feel like that was how our group was, during the playoffs and throughout the course of the season, especially the second half. I thought we really came together, and I thought Bruce did a great job of getting the most out of every guy. And, obviously we've dealt with adversity and, some injuries, but for the most part, we're able to stay, pretty healthy throughout the playoffs. You need a lot of things to go your way, and you need a lot of things to go right. And I think we had a lot of those things, and you want to be playing your best hockey at the right time in the season. And I think we did. But, yeah, I mean, you sit back now and you're like, wow, like, this is incredible. I'm a Stanley Cup champion. People will never be able to take that away from me. And I'm sure every guy in our team feels the same way, but, I think that's just how I am. I don't need to rub it in anyone's face that we won or this is what I accomplished. I'm happy about it. Everyone else in the team, my family is obviously proud of me, and it's an incredible accomplishment for all of us.
And when you're going through it, like you went to the conference finals, I went to the second round 3 times, like, and then you lose out. You're like, but when you look back and now from our perspective, how hard it is to win it. And like you said, like, you do need to stay healthy, you need luck, but like, you guys beat Edmonton. I'm like, oh, they beat Edmonton. Oh, here you go, you got Dallas coming in. Then you beat Dallas, you got Florida. So you do need a lot of things to go your way. But Ike's, I loved your game, dude. And the one thing I didn't know, I guess I didn't watch enough Buffalo Sabres games when you're up there with the Fact Daddy, but were you always so good defensively? Like, fuck, bro. Like, I mean, now that Bergeron's retiring, you might throw your hat in for the Selke here. But like, the way you played defensively, the responsibility down low, Like, is that something you learned in Vegas this year or something that you just learned over your career? Because the way you played defensively in the playoffs, to me, was just as important as you were offensively.
Yeah, listen, I mean, I think, I think that it was always there. I think Bruce did a great job of utilizing the strength of our centers this year, defensively as well. Like, you look at our centers, Nick Waugh, obviously, he's great in all three zones. Chandler and Carl are two, elite skaters that, the same thing, very good in their own zone. I think our system bodes well for the way that our centers can skate and move and play. And, I think that was a product of that. And, as well as the fact that Bruce is, he's very honest, and, he's not gonna, he's gonna hold you accountable, and, you have to take care of your own zone. And right, like, he had Bergeron, and he saw, the type of player he was. And obviously, hopefully they renamed the Selke after him. He's wanted guys like kind of the poster boy of being that, 200-foot, defense first, take care of your own end. And you're going to score goals. I mean, we had such a deep team, and, our D were so good offensively, and obviously we had so many guys that contributed. It was more or less, like, take care of your own zone, you're going to get your opportunities. And, the combination of our defense and, just the way that I think we played as a whole, allowed us to have success defensively. And, our goalies were phenomenal through the playoffs. So I think there's a lot to it, but, I guess if you want to succeed and win in the playoffs, you obviously have to take care of your own zone. And, that message was relayed to me. So, it was, I think it was a product of a lot of things, but, we had a heck of a team. When you're defending with our defensemen, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah,
when we
that is true.
What was it? Game 2. So game 2, we're at your practice rink. We just missed you. You probably had a little stretch. I don't think you were out on the ice.
Just hopefully a hot tub is all you.
We caught Johnny Stevens out there with a few of the D, right? And I'm like, look at these guys.
I hadn't been to bed, Ike.
I'm like, look at how much fun. Look at how much fun these guys are having, and that's part of the whole experience for you guys. Is just how much fun hockey is through these stretches of Stanley Cup Finals. It's like. And I want to ask you when you think you'll find that much fun in a hockey game again, right? Like when you're in these moments with the crowd and that you're the only game on TV. Now you're like, okay, we got game 1 of 82 here coming up. We get our rings and the banner, but bring me to just how much fun like practices are that whole stretch, because you hadn't really played in playoffs that way. And then, how to gear up for the first skate. I don't even know. Have you skated yet? Have you been out on the ice yet? But like, say that again. Yeah.
I was skated this morning. So
I don't play, but
it's funny you say that, because August 1st is, and I never went to the Stanley Cup Finals, but August 1st was the day I usually dusted mine off too in Newport Beach. I'm like, Loops up, so I'm gonna go skate today. You boys coming or what?
Hopefully these things are sharp. I gotta check to see if all my gear's in my bag.
Yeah, who stole my gloves?
Hey, Loops used to leave his skates by the beach. He'd come all the way, drive all the way to Anaheim, undo his bag. He's like, I got no jets. He'd have to go all the way back and not skate with the boys. But it was great.
Do that on purpose.
Yeah, he might have been.
I also just leave his skates there.
Hey, Ike, I wanted to ask you, there was many things I loved about your playoffs, but obviously it was game 1, I think, where Chucky got you, right? Good hit or whatever, and you come back, you play through it, and your response to Panger at the end of the game was, hey, it's a clean body check, it's part of the game, and we're going to move on. Like, when you answered it that way, if I was on the Florida Panthers, I would have been like, fuck. Like, Ike said that we didn't even phase him. Like, is that just how you truly believed at the time? Like, listen, it's a big hit, I shook it off, here we go, because I thought it was a big kind of message in the series that, yeah, you got me, but fuck it, this is playoff hockey.
Yeah, I mean, you said it, right? Like, you're going to take licks in the game. I mean, it's the sport we play. And, wish I would have saw him. Shouldn't have put myself in that position. But yeah, listen, he finishes a good check on me. And that was kind of my thing. I was like, I went back, I watched it. It wasn't dirty, like, to me, it was a clean hit. It was it was obviously a big collision, and I'm kind of falling forward, and he finishes it. on me.
Yeah.
You kind of lost your edge a bit though, right? Like, didn't you kind of, like
you needed to see him a second earlier because you just caught him and he was already in his position and you were like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was sort of the way I saw it. He finished a good hit on me, and obviously I go off the ice, kind of regroup between periods. I think it was at the end of the second, and you just go from there. Yeah, I mean I'm not gonna say I felt great right after it, but yeah, I mean he didn't. It was part of the game, and you just kind of move on. And I think in that position, yeah, less is more, especially when you're talking about it, and that's honestly the way I felt about it. You're going to get hit. I've been hit before. I'm sure, most people have in this game. And I didn't take any issue with it. So I didn't feel the need to say anything after the game and just kind of move on.
Yeah. And another reason I brought it up is because the playoffs were physical all year long. And some people, and you don't need to comment on any of this, but some people were saying this and that about it. And I just thought, this is a superstar player that just got hit cleanly, and he's saying it's part of the fucking game. So let's just move on and continue playing here.
Yeah.
So from an ex-player's perspective, it was just refreshing, Ikes, to hear the way you answered it. Man up, and we move on.
And that game alone, that period alone, had two big collisions
Fucking
that could have Ikes really spun the series a different way. If it's Gudas that doesn't get hurt, and it's you perhaps, let's say, that gets hurt, that's a complete series changer, right? In game 2. So it is a physical sport. To what you said about 10 minutes ago about how you got to have your top guys got to stay healthy, you got to have all the right bounces. Playoff time, man, it's like all the magic needs to kind of all happen, right?
Yeah, and it was just good. Like when you came back, like I said, if I was on that Panthers bench, I'd be like, "Fuck,
heads up."
Oh, he's here on a mission. So, I wanted to ask you too the night with the cup. Like, talk me through it. Obviously, we can't imagine, winning it in general, but to win it for the Vegas Golden Knights, I got to be honest with you, Ikes. I was, in Newport wondering, but how was it? You guys take it to like one of your own little like watering holes or something, or
who was the drunkest guy?
Fuck, might have been me. I don't know. No, there's I mean, it's just it's crazy when you win it. There's I had a lot of people there. I had some of my buddies back home. I obviously had my family. I had my girl's family. Some people that have I've been there with me for a while came in. So I had 15 people or so, and I was like, I obviously everyone before said the best time is the time that you have in the locker room with the guys right after when you win, right? You got the goggles on, you're popping the champagne, you get the tunes going. Like everyone said that would be the best part, and it probably is. Like that was pretty awesome, but right away, like you win, and obviously you're just waiting to have that thing handed to you and put it over your head. And as soon as that ended, I just more than anything, I wanted to see my old man. I was like, I've seen everyone on our team, our organization. We've all exchanged our hugs, and I was just looking forward to seeing my old man and having him on the ice, and that was pretty cool. And then the rest of my family, and my sister, her husband, everyone comes out on the ice, and my girl and her family, and some of my buddies are out there. So that was pretty cool. Obviously, you're trying to soak those moments in and enjoy it as much as you can. You're doing a little media and you're taking some photos, but in the back of your head, like, I just wanted to get in the locker room, right, and party with the guys and start going. And then that happens, and it's just like one thing after another. The team did a great job. That some things set up for us, post rink, and yeah, it was just a great night. And I don't know where the cup ended. Like we had it out as long as I can,
as long as I
can remember. Yeah. We had it out as long as I can remember. I mean, I think it was probably like, I don't know, had to have been like 4 or so. We're at Omnia, and then it was just crazy in there, hectic. So we went to a couple guys went to McMullen's little Irish pub, had a couple Guinnesses, and grabbed a little bite to eat. That was pretty late. That's like 4:35, and you get home and you're just still pure running off adrenaline, and it's just like you only have so many different things going on, and our owner was generous enough to get us all up to Montana. He's got a ranch there, so we were able to go up there actually 2 days after the cup for just 24 hours. Went up there, took the cup up there, and there was just it was just all the boys, and we had the girlfriends and wives, and we were on the ranch and just spent 24 hours there. Just us. That was a pretty special time. And then you come back and the parade's the next day. So it was the whirlwind, right? One day after the other.
Yeah, our buddy Jim Abbott was up at Rock Creek. He texted me. He's like, "Hey, your boy Eichel and the Vegas Golden Knights just walked in with the cup." I said, "Heads up, Jimbo. These boys are going to be having a time."
Yeah,
so he
started drinking.
He was up there. Jimbo can handle himself probably, but I was like, those boys are going to have a good time with it. So that's awesome that you guys did that.
Ike, had you seen the cup before this moment, or like, was that the first time you'd ever see the Stanley Cup in person? And then who handed you it when you first touched it? Because I'm sure that was the first time you ever put your hands on it, right?
Yeah, first time. I mean, I think there's probably been moments where I've seen it as a kid. Got up close to it, but not like that. I think when you grab it, and it's you're able to look at it a little differently. And Chandler Stevenson handed me it. He had won in Wash. I was actually kind of like, I was a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. Like when he came over, I was like a little nervous. There was confetti and flamingos on the ice. I wanted
flamingos.
But yeah, it's just they hand it to you, and there's just so many emotions that go through your body, and that was pretty cool moment. But Chandler handed it to me. I'm trying to think of who I don't even remember.
There was all kinds of shit on the ice when you went. That's true, because you bring it up because I said to Ups, I go, the boys weren't really doing like that long of a lot. Like you guys, like you got it, you took it, you kind of gave it back, and I was like, maybe that like there was.
I want to do like the victory lap.
I know you don't want to have the fucking be the guy that falls down with it. You don't want to be that guy.
I was gonna say, like, there was so much stuff on the ice. Even if you like watch the video, there's like confetti, and the ice isn't great, and there's flamingos on the ice, and God knows what else. Like,
strippers.
I'm not trying to put these under my bed and just eat it with the mug, Wow, that would good look. But yeah, that was pretty awesome. When you're handed it. But I was a little nervous, to be honest.
I bet. And then obviously your day with the cup. Like I went up to our boy Fat Daddy's day with the cup up in, I don't even know where he lives, somewhere between Windsor and London. I don't even know the name of his hometown, but there wasn't a whole lot of action going on there. But the fact that he was there, and I just witnessed like how busy he was with it, like how fast it must go by just like that, right? You get it, you got so many people, and maybe does that motivate you to win it again, because it probably does go so quick the one day you do have it with your family and loved ones?
Yeah, I mean, I think just winning it in general motivates you to win it again. I've never experienced a feeling like that in my life. I would imagine there's some sort of a euphoric feeling, having children that's similar to that. But obviously I haven't done that yet, so I can't say I know what that feels like. But just winning that was, obviously the greatest moment, in my life, and just a lifelong dream. So I think once you feel what it's like, you just want to win it that much more again. But the day with the cup was awesome. I was able to bring it to the rink I grew up playing at, and I didn't promote it a ton myself, but word got out, and it was it was a great turnout. A lot of people came by to see the cup, and we're able to promote it sort of through the newspapers and some other things, and we had a good turnout. People were able to come get a photo with the cup, and then I just took it around a few different places. Took it to the hockey store I worked at growing up, and I've always been really close with. And then I wanted a little more of an intimate setting. Brought it up to my house here. We were able to take some photos before everything got crazy, and people were able to enjoy it. You get some really nice photos of the water and the beach in the background, and other people were able to take their pictures with it, and have a couple drinks out of it, and then we had a big party, and it is hectic. Like I probably did it a little wrong, but like every person that asked for a photo with me, I was just like, screw it, I'm gonna pick it up and put it over my head and just let them stand around me. So I just basically stood there like this the entire night, and then finally there's you do it for so long, everyone's got their photo, and I was just like, all right, I'm put it on the table, kind of walked away, kind of say hi to some people, and then at that point everyone had been drinking all night, so like, oh, we want to drink out of the cup, and you're the only one that's allowed to pour out of it. So now I'm standing there just kind of like feeding everyone with it, and everyone gets their chance to, you know, have a drink out of it or whatever. You know, some family members and a couple of buddies. So, but it was great. And like you said, it goes super quick. And, you know, I took it at the end of the night and, you know, kind of just left the party for a little, had my own little moment with it. Just
jumped in the ocean with it. Eh? Hey, boys, I'm taking it for a swim here.
Go for a piss in the water.
And sat with it and, you know, admired it and what it meant. And that was probably the best moment. You know, you're just one-on-one. That's pretty cool. But it was a great day. It goes by fast, but you know, it couldn't have went smoother. And obviously all the people that had helped me, you know, achieve this lifelong dream, you know, being able to share it with them was pretty cool.
It's a lot of these boys though. Like Fact Daddy, he had Thomas and your boy Fabry there. So they're able to hold. Fact Daddy wanted a breather. He could go like, "Hey, Fabs, take it and pour it in someone's mouth," because if not, he's carrying the fucking thing the whole day.
I know. Shenner told me a story that his quads had like Charlie horses on him because where he was holding it and trying to pour it or just like hold it for a picture and it'd come down and give him like these. Yeah. You know, and the thing, it weighs, I don't know how much it weighs. I've never touched.
I still don't know if you can lift.
Oh, I got that. Are you crazy?
I Wiki was at my cup party, right? So I was trying to get him to go do it, but he was enjoying the whole thing a little too much.
Yeah.
He wanted nothing to do with it, so.
He's like, "Buddy, I've already won this 3 times. I'm done lifting this thing up." Yeah.
I go to his cup party. There's no way he's going to be suckered me and holding it the whole day.
Hey, Ike, you talked about the feeling that you had, and I'm obviously sitting here without winning one, but if I ever had won one, the fitness testing that next year for me would have been tough. Like, I would have been the guy that's like, "Oh, you need a couple months to get ready." I'm like, "Yeah, I do here, boy. Sorry." But I know you've been on the ice already, but like, is that what's motivating you right now? Like, okay, I've got this once already. I want it again. Like, talk to me through, like, I guess you touched on it a little bit, but that's what's motivating you now, right? Like, let's get back there and win this again, fellas.
Yeah, and I think I don't really need to find much motivation. I think I'm a pretty, you know, self-motivated guy, and, you know, I can always find something to work at or a goal to try and achieve. And, you know, I think going into last season, the main thing for me was just somehow our group has to find their way to the playoffs. I think, you know, everything, not, you know, getting traded, not making the playoffs in the first year in Vegas, it was a letdown for, you know, the whole group. So I think that was just our team goal, you know, getting it back in there. And you know, we had a great season and obviously, you know, ended it, you know, as perfect as we could have. But yeah, next season, I think everyone still has that same chip on their shoulder, and you should. And you got to understand, I think everyone's going to be gunning for us. You know, we're the champs. We're going to get everyone's best game. We're going to need to be prepared from the start of the season. You know, shorter summer, I think it could actually be a good thing. I think sometimes when you have those long summers, which I've always had, with the exception of this year, you know, you kind of like the workouts, they might get a little bit, you know, a little stale towards the end of the summer, and you're kind of just waiting to get back with the guys. And, you know, you just work out for 4 months and, you know, you're just like, okay, when's camp starting, right? You want to get back. But I think, you know, having that opportunity to play as long as we did and that experience, you know, you can't get that, you know, you can't get that working out or just training in the off season, right? So I think it's a great opportunity for our group, you know, to come back and prove, you know, why we won it. And you know, I'm excited about that opportunity.
Yeah, last hockey stuff for me, bro. I got you at the start of the year at plus 1,800, fella. I know after I got you boys at the start of the year, so I thank you.
Plus 1,800.
Plus 1,800. Put a note on the boys. Got me on.
Well, you also called them in Florida in the final, which is pretty giant.
Lucky though. That was lucky. But with Vegas, I thought with a healthy Eichel, with a full training camp, that you had coming back.
You did.
And my last hockey thing you touched on a bit there is just the job the management has. Obviously, you guys lose Riley Smith, but basically you got the whole band coming back together. That feeling, like you said, when you get to training camp, it's got to be pretty exciting for you guys to know, hey, listen, in a cap era where the cap didn't fucking move up, we still got our core coming back. And like you said, people, we got it for you, but that's got to be a good feeling from an outsider looking into you boys.
Yeah, and like I touched on earlier, we have such a great group of guys in the locker room, and you know, it really makes coming to the rink fun every day. You know, you look forward to seeing the guys. There's a lot of ball busting. Like there's a lot of you know, like we enjoy being around each other, right? So I think, I think I'm just looking forward to that more than anything. You kind of miss that when you go home in the summer and you're not in the locker room every day seeing the guys. But yeah, obviously we have a very similar team coming back. You know, Riley was a huge part of our group, and you know, not going to say it's you know, great losing him. Like, he was, you know, unbelievable guy, unbelievable teammate, and you know, somebody who I really enjoyed getting to know and playing with, and you know what he meant to the, you know, the city, the organization. You know, being one of the original guys there, he was a big part in laying the foundation. But you know, I give the management, you know, management in any professional sport, and they have the hardest job, right? They have to make decisions, and you know, obviously, you know, losing Riley is tough, but they made that decision, and I give, you know, Kelly and George, and you know, even our owner Bill Foley, I give them all the credit in the world. What they've been able to do in Vegas is incredible. But yeah, we have the band coming back, and you know, obviously we got to keep Barb's, and you know, Hilly's coming back, so I'm excited about it. I think we you know, Stoney's got a good back coming into the season this year. He obviously had good playoffs, and I think it's a good opportunity for our group again. Like I said,
100%.
Yeah. So man, it's just like, it's got to be so fun getting ready to go see all the guys there, and basically, you know, imagine it doesn't happen very often. We talked about this a little bit before, but Chicago was in the same spot when they won their 3 cups, right? Where they had to lose one guy every year, but their whole, you know, the squad comes back. It's got to be a great feeling, Ike. So, big week. I hear my boy Matt Ellis coming in. Let's talk music.
Yeah,
let's talk music. You got a little Rufus the Soul show coming up this week, or what?
Well, Rufus tomorrow, yeah. Eichel on the tickets, so
he's on the tickies. Yeah, I just saw him in San Tropez 2 weeks ago, buddy. They killed it. Little DJ set. Me and Obie saw him in Mexico. What, 2 months ago for Gay Wash's birthday?
I saw him twice in Mexico.
Yeah, you're in for a treat there.
The DJ set was nice.
Where are they playing in Boston? What kind of venue is it?
It's in a smaller venue. I actually haven't been to this venue. It's like a Fenway like music concert hall. So I've only seen pictures of it. I think it's somewhat new. It's by Fenway, but it's not in Fenway. It should be good. I mean, I looked at some. It's not. I think a show like a Rufus show, I think it's better in a smaller venue, more of an auditorium setting, and it should be great. I'm looking forward to it.
We got My Morning Jacket coming up. We got them at the Hollywood Bowl, and then we're going to Denver to see. We got them back to back.
Red Rocks.
At the bowl.
It's the 22nd. We got a ticket for you if you want. And I got a ticket for you at Red Rocks too if you want to bomb up to that.
Yeah, we got a ticket at both places if you want.
For September.
No, August 20th, and then they're playing in Denver when?
25th, 26th.
I mean, Red Rock, My Morning Jacket at Red Rock would be
it's
price. Oh,
sorry?
You seen them there?
Yeah. We went up for a back-to-back.
It's a great story. I bump into one of my buddies from Denver, and Updog's got this like sick denim My Morning Jacket. It's Alex Goebel. Alex Goebel's like, "Hey, what's up?" He's like, "Have you seen this guy bouncing around here in the fucking My Morning Jacket, denim jacket?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's the Updog." He's like, "What? You remember he had the shit My Morning?"
Yeah, I wore that ball.
Call her up. He's just fucking. It was unreal.
Have you seen any good shows this summer, Ikes, or has it been just too busy?
I haven't seen any shows yet. Rufus will be a good one. Morgan Wallen's coming to Fenway. Like, I'm not the biggest country guy, but I really like him.
He's crushing it.
I mean, every chick in the world,
he's crushing.
Just let him take a full. Like, I mean, that guy is so crushing it. Right?
Ikes, do you remember how cool was this back in the day during COVID when you started that fucking music thing? Remember we launched that? We kind of helped launch that on the pod. Yeah. What was that? It was like a pyramid, right?
A bracket. She looked like an NCAA of best friends, right?
It was a bracket, like March Madness bracket
of bands. It was badass. Who ended up winning that? Or it was like it was
not me. I suck at me.
No, but it was no winner to it. It was just like
we were all winners, Uppy.
Yeah.
We were always. Hey, Ikes, we were talking before. How sick is that new Sphere thing they got in Vegas?
Oh my God,
how nasty! That's so sick.
I was flying in. I did a hockey camp in Vegas, not last week, but the week before. And when I was flying in, it was night, and we kind of flew in that way, like past the Wynn, kind of over the Wynn golf course, right? And it's right next to the Wynn golf course, and it was all lit up. The thing looks unbelievable. I mean, I can't imagine what it'd be like, having a show there. I don't know when their first show is going to be in there. I don't know if they've released that yet, but it's a big year for Vegas. They got they just opened this new sphere. They got F1, the Super Bowl. Like there's a lot of things going on there. So hopefully there's some good shows coming through. I imagine there will be some big time artists that want to play there. So I'll have to try.
U2 is going to be the first show. Yeah, U2.
Hey, just talking about the fans though, Ike's like, the Raiders are there now and they're talking about a baseball team, but like there's something about the Golden Knights, and obviously now that you guys won it, but I was there this weekend for the Crawford. Everyone's, working's got a Vegas Golden Knights. Like, it seems like that you guys are like, because it was just built there, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And and if you talk to people, Vegas natives, there's so many people that live in the Vegas community. I don't think people realize that. Like, they think like, oh, like you think about Vegas, it's just like the Strip. It's like, no, like think about all the people who are working on the Strip. They live in this community, and it's much bigger than that. But the people there have so much pride in the Knights because, yes, like you said, it was their first team, and the Raiders. It's been an awesome addition, and hopefully we get a baseball team and a basketball team. It'd be great for the city. But what the natives or the Vegas natives say there is, the team was born there, right? It was, first professional sports team. And, obviously the Raiders moving from Oakland and, having moved a few times, the Knights are their first thing. So it feels like it's their baby to them. And I think just they meant to the community. And, like I said, that first year, having the success they did, and I think the impact they had on the community, not only on the ice, but off the ice, I think it set the organization, on a great path. And, I credit the people that work for our team. They've done a great job at, continuing to, reach the community and make sure that we're, have an impact on people in a good way. It feels like that.
Yeah, I remember that All-Star game we went to where you just got there, you were working out, you're skating with the guys, and just the excitement you had to be there.
Yeah.
And just, in and around the rink and the field to be in Vegas, and it's all kind of coming to fruition now, obviously.
I also remember your first game when you had to come back right against the Avalanche. You hadn't played in a fucking year. I'm like, they're just throwing poor Ike's right against McKinnon's line here. Here you go.
Here you go. I'll play.
Go chase this guy around for fucking 60 minutes if you can.
Yeah, that was my first game.
Ike's, buddy, we're so proud of you, man. And to our boys, Todd Pickup, who's a minority owner of your team, Tom Riley, Joe Moody, all the boys at Big Canadian Country Club. The Cup's coming out here in September or October, but these guys, man, they lived it through you guys. So you got a little home at Big Canyon if you're ever looking for a place to tee it up or anything like that, because these guys, they love you and they love the team. So thanks again, buddy. We appreciate it.
Yeah, bud.
Enjoy Rufus to Soul. Tell Matt Gell I said what's up, that beauty. But so proud of you, buddy. Congrats on everything.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you having me on today.